Okay, so seeing how this is like one of the last DVDs I'm probably gonna make with the Nostalgia Critic on it, probably, I decided to actually look around and show you where the Nostalgia Critic was originally shot and just sort of go over where it all started. This is actually where it all started, and you're probably saying to yourself, wow, that doesn't look like the Nostalgia Critics area at all. And why did he have all this stuff up? Well, truth be told, this is something I wanted to keep a secret for a while because I was embarrassed before, but honestly, I was living with my parents when I started the whole Nostalgia Critic thing, which was like the one thing I was trying to keep really hush-hush for a long time, which is not like a huge embarrassment or anything, but at the same time, just I didn't always make the best financial decisions back then, so when I was starting this up and it was doing well, it just always sounded bad to say, oh, yeah, no, I have this website that I do comedy on. Where do you live? With my parents. It just never sounded good. So, with that said, what is this room? This is actually a massage room. You can even see there's the massage table, and this is actually what I used as the Nostalgia Critic's table. And the great thing about that is Nostalgia Critic oftentimes would slam his head. Whoop! I'm dark. There we go. Nostalgia Critic would often slam his head into the table. Well, you can do it on this table because it's a very soft table. And with this stuff, what I used to do is would drive my folks nuts. I would just take this, move that over to the side, take that over to the side, take down all those things, and my folks are still actually really mad at me because at one point when I put a green screen up, because I used to set the green screen room, I left that mark, and I should probably pay for someone to come in and fix that, because that was my fault. But this is essentially, you can kind of see the room, and there's music for the massage table, when my mother gives massages, because like I said, she's a masseuse. And this is really where all the stuff happened. And if you can probably see, or maybe you can't, it's not a huge room. It was never that big, but that's also why in some of the earlier videos you might see some of those flowers peeking every once in a while, or like that picture I think would peek in every once in a while. You're now looking at my biggest enemy when I began filming that little vent. The air conditioning used to be my biggest enemy because like an idiot when I started out, I would forget to turn the air conditioning off. So again, if you look at some of the earlier videos, you hear a little in the background, or sometimes the audio doesn't match up. Like it sounds clear, but then suddenly you hear in the background. That's why it was that stupid little. I got nobody to blame but myself. That's my own dumb fault. But this is where I shot all my NCs, so let's go to where I actually edited them. I'm Brad again. Alright, so this used to be my room, but not only that, it was also my editing room. Now, this is a different computer, obviously, and my dad now uses it to compose music, but as you can see, this is where the computer used to be, and there's a new one there now, and I used to do all my editing where I slept, which I'm going to tell you right now is not a smart idea. I'll tell you exactly why, because a lot of times when you get up, and you're like, okay, go to work, when that bed is there and you're tired, man, it's pretty friggin' tempting. You take a lot more naps than you need to. The other thing about it is that when you're trying to sleep and then the computer's right there, it's like, I want to work, or maybe I should edit this, or maybe I should get this done. That can get in the way. So if you actually do end up, if you're fortunate enough to work from home, don't put your workspace in the same place that you sleep, because it will mess you up. Or you just will not have a normal flow going. Here's my brother and I when we're kids. Oh, and that kid, I'm the one on the left. You can tell by, God, my forehead was big even back then. Look at that. Well, anyway, okay. Now I gotta show you something else that I should have repaired. Okay, you see this dent here? I don't know if you can quite make it out, but it's about the size of a fist. Okay, well that should give you some idea of what that is. Excuse my voice, by the way. Okay, so what that is, that back in the old days when I was still getting used to the computer, I didn't know much about computers, some stuff would go missing, like some files would disappear because I wouldn't put them in the right place, or the cache files would build up and then they couldn't connect, and the auto saves wouldn't always work, again, because we didn't have enough storage, and this is back in the early days. You make mistakes, but a lot of times that ended up in resulting in the losing of hours and hours of work. Well, I'm pretty even-tempered. I'm a lot of people say I'm laid back and nice and stuff, but if something goes wrong with work, I freak. I get like really friggin' angry. At one point, I remember the exact review it was the Page Master, and I lost like an hour of work. Like an hour of work gone. I had to do it all over again. I was already behind on this, and I got so mad. I punched a hole in the wall. That's what this is. Boom! Right there. I mean, okay, so it's not like through the wall, as you can see, but what I used to do is I used to just put a calendar there to cover it up, but yeah, they decided to just leave it there. Why'd you do that?
We are doing that because we were going to hang a plaque there that said, at this place in, I think it's in July 2005, Doug lost it.
And there's the proof that I lost it. We still make jokes about it even to this day. That's my dad, by the way.
Yeah. By the way, you should let them know that that's also one of your set pieces over there. That was Teddy Ruxpin's bed.
Oh, that's true.
And
that's
shot
right.
some demo reel there, I think.
Yeah, the first episode of demo reel we shot in here. Yeah, I forgot. That's right. The Teddy Ruxpin thing wasn't there. Now I gotta say, I didn't choose this decor. I chose the American flags. What is up with the American flags?
That is your Aunt Bonnie, who said, let me redecorate this room for Doug, and he will absolutely love it.
It's friggin' everywhere. Well, look at it. It's like, even the lamp is like...
the clock.
Where's the... Yeah, even the friggin' clock is an American flag, and I never really got why. I thought you guys just flipped or something.
No, that was her idea to sort of make this room something you could be proud of.
Oh, well, it certainly is very patriotic. Okay, now this is the upstairs. This is actually where Rob used to be. And as you can see, we still haven't taken down half this stuff because we're terrible people. But then again, nobody really comes up here anyway, but this was obviously the set for the Executor. We didn't film that much up here, except for that one bit, the Executor, but Rob's bed used to be... oh, come on. Rob's bed used to be over there. I have it on automatic, by the way, because the lighting does drastically change. And, yeah, these were made by Jim J. Roz, and, you know, a lot of it has come down now, but like I said, we haven't had time to...
Jim and who made it?
Oh, I'm sorry, Jim and his lovely wife. Yes, they put that in.
That's right.
And him.
And him.
Well, I was just going to get to you. I was going to get to that when we got downstairs, because we were going to show the downstairs set, too.
All right.
But, yeah, we should probably clean this up, shouldn't we?
What white man?
I meant Rob and I, of course.
Yes, of course. And Jim J. Ross.
No, he's done enough. And speaking of still having not cleaned up, as you can see, a lot of this stuff is still here, as well as just some other stuff. Now, this actually used to be, before I moved into the room upstairs, this was sort of my area. I actually was straight up in my parents' basement, and this actually used to be where I slept. Here, hold on, let me turn this light on. Like I said, there's actually the Robotot outfit. That's still here.
Yes. What all?
Oh, there's the blueprint for the blue shell. Still got that, and the Dream Machine, and the helmet. Yeah, so we actually still got a bunch of stuff. You know, eBay's sounding pretty good right now. Yeah. So as you can see here, we got a pretty. You know, this was pretty much where I used to sleep. That's actually still the bed that I used to sleep on there, and obviously just storage any bit of junk or whatever that people just had lying around, they just threw in here. And then the basement here, like I said, we used this to shoot to bully Flea because it was a lot of space. Like I said, I mean, there's still some stuff here. There's still part of the set that J. Roz built. Still got the chair there. And that, focus. And that little sign, that's where the title actually came from. We didn't come up with the title and then do the sign. We actually did the sign first.
That's a beautiful sign. Who made that wonderful
sign? That must have been me, obviously.
It must have been, yeah.
Dad, Jim Jaros does credit you on the DVD, by the way. He's like, we couldn't have done it without Barney, so,
No, it was a lot of fun to build this stuff.
And yeah, and I don't think that was there. That we probably moved.
Yes, you did.
Oh, you know what? I'll show the back, because that's also engineering, which I'm sure also has some leftover stuff. Well, not too much. Okay. There's still that one computer from, like, 1982 or something. Like, super, super old.
And all this stuff up here was...
Oh, was this stuff in there, too? Yeah, just all that... Look how old all this shit is.
And then they had the stuff over here.
Yeah. So, pretty much just a storage room, but it worked really well as the
just the, well, for what it is, the engine room slash storage room. And the area where we put in the mushrooms and stuff was really just like the heating system. and a file cabinet. That was pretty much like when Joe puts the mushroom in, that's where it went.
So, yeah, like I said, I mean, nothing spectacular or anything, but a lot of people always wonder, where did you film that stuff and how's the room look? And so I think the biggest funny thing is the massage room, because it's just so different looking. There's actually stuff all over the walls. So, all right, closing comments, Dad.
Hey, it's wonderful having you here. We do miss you tremendously. Don't move back.
Nice.